Think about the story of Mephibosheth. When David told him he was going to show him kindness, what did he say? Did he say, I'm going to show you kindness because of all the great things that you've done? No, he didn't say that. Did he say, I'm going to show you kindness because of the great things you can do one day? He didn't say that either. Did he say, I'm going to show you kindness because you're a good guy and I just want to have you around? No, he didn't say that. What did he say? I'm going to show you kindness for the sake of your father, Jonathan. So get this. Think about this. David showed kindness not because of what Mephibosheth had done, but because of what someone else did on his behalf. And you think about the words of Romans chapter 5, it says, God demonstrates his own love for us in this. It was while we were still sinners. That's when Christ died for us. Well, we were still sinners. Nothing to offer. Nothing good in us. When you think about it, in a spiritual sense, we were enemies of God. God had every right to do nothing to save us. And yet it was while we were sinners that Christ died for us. Remember that Mephibosheth would have been an enemy of the king. He could have tried to gin up an army. He could have tried to get some support and say, you know, I'm going to go take the throne because anyways, it's in my blood. I'm the rightful heir. David took an enemy and offered him kindness. Why? Because of what someone else did on his behalf. That's what Jesus did for us. He came down to this earth to pursue us. He lived a perfect, sinless life. And then he died on a cross, a sinner's death, the death you and I deserve, so that we could be forgiven, so we have a relationship with him. We'd have the promise of eternity in heaven. See, maybe we're a little bit more like Mephibosheth than we thought, right? We're fallen and broken. We've been pursued by a king. We are offered undeserved kindness. But there's a fourth connection that's so powerful. Just like Mephibosheth, we are invited to sit at the table. We're invited. There's a seat for you at the table. Not just any table, but the king's table. You might think, me? No, not me. You don't understand the things that I've done. Man, if you knew what I think about, if you knew the things that I've gone through, you'd understand that there's no way that God could ever want me. But what you need to understand is this. David was a great king, but Jesus is a greater David. He's the true and ultimate king. And David was just a picture of what Jesus would one day do for the entire world. And so there is a seat at the table for you. The one who's been left out, who's been excluded, the person who feels like they don't belong, the person who knows that they're broken and fallen, the person who's desperate for hope. There is a seat at the table for you. And when you sit at the king's table, you get to enjoy the riches of the king. You get to enjoy the full life that God has to offer you. Following Jesus isn't just about heaven, it's about the life right here and right now. And you get to feast at the king's table.